You're distracted away from it. I only got my phone for Chat GPT, not to text.
For what? What do you need Chat GPT for?
So I can look up quotes.
Oh, yeah?
From the book we're doing today, which is...
What, you can't remember the quotes on your own or something?
No. I want to see what Chat GPT has to say about these quotes. All right. Can you introduce the book, babe?
Okay, introduction to the book. Remarkably Bright Creatures. So lovely.
By?
Move that stupid Windex.
By who?
By Shelby Van Pelt. And
forward by? No, sure.
it has like a little stamp on here that's read with Jenna. Do you know who Jenna is?
Mm-mm.
It's like a book club. Jenna Bush. It's like President Bush's daughter, I'm pretty sure. Because I guess she's a reader. So we all read together with Jenna. Not to be confused with Mr. Tonj's wife.
All right. I'm going to say to ChatGPT.
We don't need ChatGPT.
Generate great quotes from remarkably bright creatures. Creatures.
Remarkably bright creatures.
By Shelby.
By Shelby Van Pelt.
All right. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say.
Oh, little baby.
Creatures. All right.
What the hell you need ChatGPT for?
I just would like to see what ChatGPT. ChatGPT is great. I'm testing it to see if you can remember any of these quotes. All right,
go. I'm ready for the test.
Remarkable, bright creatures are not born. They are made through the trials and tribulations of life.
I don't remember that at all.
I don't know if that's real, but it's a good one.
Oh, okay.
That's what makes people remarkable.
Yeah, that's true.
In the darkness, these remarkable bright creatures shine the brightest, illuminating the... No, this is not from the book. I think they're just talking remarkably bright creature quotes.
Yeah, in general. Yeah,
okay.
It's probably just so new. Because this book is like pretty new. They probably just didn't even have that information
it's ChatGPT. It's not a review. It's, I mean, maybe you can't
I know,
find the
but
internet.
I'm saying like it just doesn't have the information to glean off of.
Generate great quotes from remarkable.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, remarkable bright creatures.
Oh, dipshit.
That's my fault. It's not ChatGPT's fault.
It's always user error. Whenever there's an error with you, and it's always you that's the error that causes the issue.
Every single time?
Yes, every single time.
ChatGPT never screws up. Sure, here are some quotes from Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks, ChatGPT, for... Remarkably bright creatures are not defined by their circumstances, but by their ability to rise above them.
Says who?
Tova? I don't know. Do you remember any of these? Right? I'm going to go through them. There's 5 of them.
All right.
Do any of these sound like they're actually from the book?
Let's hear it.
The world is a better place because of the remarkable bright creatures who... Wait, is that it? Because that doesn't seem like it's from... That shine their light on the darkest of days. That might be...
I don't know. I honestly don't remember that.
Remarkably bright creatures are like stars in the sky, each one unique and beautiful.
I think it's just trying to pick out stuff with the words remarkably bright creatures. Like, because I don't think anywhere in the book it probably has said once.
Maybe I should say, what are some quotes?
Technical difficulties, everybody.
From Remarkably...
ChatGPT and user error from
Remarkably
Jason
bright
Blank
creatures. Okay. Let's see. All right. Now tell me yay or nay. All right.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Never mind. It's all the same shit.
Oh my God.
It's all the same. It's doing the same exact thing ChatGPT
Well,
says.
anyways, this was a good book. This was a really good book. I really liked it. And the reason I picked this out for us. Can you give the premise? Yeah.
Let's start us off with
first of all, so I picked this book out for us. Mm-hmm. This was the second book that we read together because on Goodreads, they have those, different it was like best of fiction or whatever. There's like the categories and this one was on the list
on Goodreads.
And on Goodreads. And I liked the premise, which I'll get to in a second, but also the cover. I like the cover of it because it's just very bright and it brings you in. Something about it just like drew my attention.
The big octopus.
The big yellow or orange octopus. Yeah.
And I feel like ever since... All right, we got Finding Dory, where there's an octopus character, and we got
where is there an octopus character in Finding Dory?
In the aquarium, there's an octopus.
Oh shit, you're right, and it's the same color. It's the same kind.
It's the same octopus.
It's the great. It's like
and he's escaping.
It's the Great Ocean Octopus or whatever the title was.
But it's kind of funny because he's escaping the Great Pacific Octopus, right?
Yeah, something like that.
or something like that. Well,
Yeah.
this is what that's about.
Yeah.
But it's funny because he was escaping just like Marcellus does. Marcellus is the octopus in this book.
Otherwise known by you in the beginning as Marcellus.
Marcellus. Some people say it differently. In Holland, they say Marcellus.
Oh, really?
So Marcellus is a big greater Pacific octopus. What is it exactly?
Oh, here it is. A giant Pacific octopus.
Giant Pacific octopus.
That says right here.
So he's a giant Pacific octopus, and in Finding Dory, there's a giant Pacific octopus.
Specific.
A giant specific octopus. It's not just a general one.
No.
Very specific.
Very specific.
But they're both escaping. Marcellus and Remarkably Bright Creatures is always just trying to escape and go back to the ocean. Except what's funny in Finding Dory is that octopus is trying to escape into the aquarium. He's trying to get on that truck so he can get like a great life set for him. He wants
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and Marcellus would probably want that too, honestly, because he likes to eat all the aquarium animals.
I didn't know that they live such short lives, though. I had no idea that it was just 4 years or whatever. I had no idea. I learned a lot about
what did you think it was before
octopi.
that?
Is it octopi or octopuses?
It's octopuses.
Sounds so funny.
Yeah, everyone tries to say octopi our whole lives.
I know.
But then as we read...
But not with octopus, but it's like other kind of words where it would be...
Cacti.
Cacti, yeah.
Cactuses, cacti.
Thank you,
octopuses, octopi.
Yeah, which sounds
What redneck decided to start spreading that?
I don't know.
But I feel like octopuses are in right now because Finding Dory and My Octopus Teacher on Netflix.
Yes.
My Octopus Teacher was great.
That was a good one.
Really human.
I got you into that, remember?
Yeah.
I recommended it to you.
Anthropomorphized, is that the word?
Yes. Wow. I'm so proud of you. You know how to say it. Because remember the first time you were like, I struggled a little.
What did I say?
You're like anthrophized or like you skipped the middle syllable somewhere. Something was off. I just remember that.
Okay.
Because it is anthropomorphized.
That was when I was 5. No, I was joking. No. 5 months ago.
Add another 20 years to that.
Yeah. So Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Yeah.
Can you give us the premise of this?
Yeah. So I feel like there's a lot going on in this book.
Give
but
us the synopsis. You're the worst at
Yeah.
synopsises, but let's see how you do.
Okay, yeah, I'll do my best. Yeah, I'm really bad at summarizing.
This is how she'll
in general.
normally, if she was going to explain the premise of Harry Potter, like, hey, just quickly explain it. I would say, oh, this, abused boy finds out that he's a wizard and he goes to wizarding school and he finds out he's a very special, actually powerful wizard.
Yeah.
You would say, okay, oh man, it's just so long. How do I explain this? It's like, okay, there's just like this kid. He's like, but he's in England, but he's a kid, okay? And he lives under the, what's it called? Like you walk up with the stairs. So he lives actually under there. So he's in England and he's just like, he's still like a boy though. He's like 12. So he's a kid and he's living under the stair. And I'm just like, how long are we going to just keep relapping the same shit?
Yeah. Like I go a little bit forward and then go a little back. Yeah. And then it's just like, it's constantly
a step forward,
like
3 steps to re-summarize. You like a freaking House Hunters episode.
Dude, you're right. You're right. I definitely am. Okay, let me do my best here with this one, okay?
All right, let's get it.
All right, if I need help, then chime in.
Right.
Okay, so Remarkably Bright Creatures is about this woman named Tova Sullivan, who's a Swedish woman. Okay, whatever, that doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh.
That part doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, but she, like 30 years ago, loses her son, right? And the past 30 years, she's just been trying to, like, I don't know, go on with her life. And she works at an aquarium as the cleaning lady, where she befriends our buddy Marcellus, who's a giant Pacific octopus. And he eventually indirectly leads her to find out kind of what happened to her son.
Okay.
I'm like,
that's a lot of plot already without even explaining where we are. Who the characters are.
Shit. Okay. All right. Where we are. We're at Soul Bay.
Let's do this. Soul Bay. I'll walk you through this.
We're at Soul Bay.
This is a quick way of the synopsis.
Soul Bay.
All right, babe. Ready?
Aquarium.
Who is this story about?
Tova Sullivan and Cameron.
And
Marcellus.
Marcellus is what?
Marcellus is what?
Yeah, everyone's gonna hear Marcellus.
Oh, Marcellus the octopus.
Marcellus is an octopus. All right, where is this taking place?
Soul Bay, Oregon, Washington. Yeah. It's Washington. Remember? Yes.
Sowell.
Yeah. Sowell Bay.
Soul, whatever it is.
Sowell.
Okay.
Sowell Bay, Washington.
Yeah. Can you be more specific?
The aquarium.
An aquarium.
Yes.
Tova.
The Sowell Bay Aquarium at Sowell Bay, Washington. Yes.
Yep. All right. So let's go through each character.
All right.
Tova. What does she do?
Tova's a cleaning lady at the aquarium
Okay.
who lost her husband and her son and has a little group of... What were they called?
The nitwits.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love that. I loved that. Nitwits.
Yeah, she's an old, sweet lady.
Sweet old lady.
Working at an aquarium.
Yep.
She has a mysterious past, actually. You don't quite know everything yet. You just know that she has lost her son from an accident.
She's dealt with a lot of grief. Yeah.
She's all alone. She lost her husband, lost her son. Now she's an old lady on her own.
Yep.
Working at an aquarium because she
To
likes
keep the
to
time.
work.
Yep.
Yeah.
To keep the time. Okay. All right.
And she befriends a creature,
Yes.
octopus, an unlikely friendship.
An unlikely friendship. Yes.
Where they are both kind of understand each other and they just kind of, they don't have to talk much. They don't have to interact. But she doesn't snitch on him when she catches him out and about. And he starts to find fascination.
Because he gets out somehow on his own with his like little tentacles and stuff, gets out of the aquarium, roams around, stealing human food. Remember that? He steals human food.
Yeah, he is a very connoisseur of flavors and faces.
Yes.
So faces.
Yeah. Very smart.
Yeah, it's a very intelligent creature. That's a really great part about this book is that you get
he knows a lot.
the POV of Marcellus Octopus. And it's fun because it's like, it makes it in a way where it's almost possible. It's not like ridiculous smart.
Yeah.
It's like, that might be what Octopus is thinking.
It seems really realistic.
Yeah.
It sure does.
Well, not fully realistic, but it seems like Octopus could be thinking that.
It feels like it to me. I think the way it was written, it seems very plausible.
So how much are we going to give away on this?
I don't know. That's the question. Do we want to spoil? Because there are a few favorite parts of mine, but they're pretty spoilery.
So if you're listening to this, I hope you already read it because we're going to spoil. So if you're not, maybe pause this, go read it, and come back.
Yeah.
All right. In comes character number 3, who's the main character.
He's a secondary main.
Yeah, it's kind of a trio of characters.
Well, yeah, because there's 3 points of view in this book. Wait, real quick, I want to pause on that because this part is really interesting of the book. Like, so you have the 3 points of view. You have Tova, you have this other guy, and you have Marcellus, and the octopus. He gets his own, but at the top of it says day whatever of my captivity because he only lives 4 years.
It says at the very first page how many days average a giant Pacific octopus lives. I think it's about what, 2,000, 4,000? What is it?
Let me see. Hold on.
So this is like 4 years, which is 1,000-ish days.
Yeah, well, because right here on day 1 it says day 1,299 of my captivity. So he only has
he's an old octopus and he's nearing the end of his life, and it kind of sets it up. The beginning explains a lifespan. And at each journal for Marcellus.
Here it is. My lifespan, 4 years, 1,460 days.
1,000 how many?
460 days.
Okay, so then we start off day 1,299.
Or if you're Jason, you'll say day 1, 299 of my captivity. And he's like, what does that mean?
It's because I saw the comment. There's a big
confused.
gap. The font was like tricky.
Honey, no.
Yeah, the font.
No,
it's totally on me.
no.
Okay. So enter our secondary main character, whoever you want to call it, but I think would be a main. I'd say the trio, it's Tova, Cameron, main characters, and Marcellus is like a very creative, random perspective that we get throughout this journey.
He's kind of like an exterior point of view. It's almost he plays the third person of the group in a way because he sees what happens kind of thing.
Yes. So, Cameron. Who is Cameron?
Who is Cameron?
Yeah.
How about you freaking put in your 2 cents here? Come
Cameron
on.
is this delinquent kid who grew up with a very hard life, doesn't really know his family.
Yeah.
And, he's not even a kid anymore. He's about 30.
Well, he's an adult. Yeah, he's 30.
He's an adult, and he runs away to go find his dad over in
That's right.
Sowell Bay. He leaves Southern California.
He somehow gets connected, to Sowell Bay.
So he gets to Sowell Bay. He has nothing, and he ends up trying to take a job on at the aquarium as a janitor, as Tova needs a replacement.
And why does Tova need a replacement?
And Tova goes through her own shit where she gets hurt, and she's now an old lady. She's thinking about going to her
She's kind of
nursing
going through a
home.
crisis.
Yeah, she's going to the
through
end
a
of her
crisis
life.
of her own. Yeah.
There's nobody for Tova. She
She's
just
old.
gets hurt.
She's like 70s.
Yes. So I'm going to start us off with a quote. It's just from page 7 right at the very beginning. This book is only less than 400 pages, 360 pages about.
I thought it was pretty easy to read.
Very easy read. It was very fun read and a creative book. A creative storytelling, honestly.
Remember when we read it on the airplane back and forth when we were going to Puerto Rico? Puerto Rico.
Yes. And I feel like the chapters are like pretty fun. Like they're each like a little story from each perspective.
Yeah.
I really wanted more Marcellus because Marcellus is my favorite and he gets sprinkled throughout the story. But he's a main character. He has a part to play in the story. Yeah, he has
an important piece. Yeah, it's very important. Very important, yeah.
We read this maybe how many months ago now? So Puerto Rico?
Yeah, February, March. Took us about a month to read, I think.
Yeah.
Just back and forth.
So
less than that.
We're a little bit rusty on this. I don't even know why I freaking highlighted what I did. I just have tabs in here.
I know. I was going through. I'm like, okay, well, for what purpose? Like, there's a reason for this one, but I don't know what it was.
So let's find out.
Okay,
let's go through these tabs, okay?
All right, go.
All right. The first tab.
Oh, I know what the first one is for.
Oh, yeah? Do you? You want to read it?
Sure.
Let's go.
Where do you want me to start reading? Just right at it?
Where you think it might be a good spot. I didn't even highlight, just tabbed.
So basically, okay, so this is where Tova has her first interaction with Marcellus. So she's kind of going through cleaning, mopping stuff up. She goes into this room. It says she picks up the cartons and tosses them into the trash can, which oddly has been scooted over several feet over from its usual spot. After she empties the can into her collection bag, she moves it back to its proper place. Next to the trash sits a small lunch table. Tova straightens the chairs. Then she sees it. Something underneath. A brownish orange clump shoved in the corner. A sweater? Mackenzie, the pleasant young lady who works the admission kiosk, often leaves one slung over the back of a chair. Tova kneels, preparing to fetch it and stash it in Mackenzie's cubby. But then the clump moves. A tentacle moves. Good heavens!
And there is the introduction between
Tova and Marcellus.
Well, Marcellus is real. It's his moment where he gets caught sneaking out.
That's true.
Because they are aware of each other, but this is where she catches him being bad.
Right, because obviously he's done it before.
But she is not a
naughty.
snitch. And
he's a naughty little octopus.
The fuck? Why you gotta say it like that?
Like what?
He's a naughty little octopus.
Why you gotta say it? Meow.
But yeah, Marcellus is getting old and he's eating all the aquarium fish, and the guy in charge at the aquarium of the animals does not want him out. So Tova keeps it. Keeps
remember
on the down
this
low.
part of the book? You didn't realize like until towards the end that the manager of the aquarium was Jamaican?
No, don't you dare. You didn't realize, actually, not me, because I started reading it in a Jamaican accent and you said, why are you doing that? I said, he's Jamaican. You said, where does it say that? And I said, it says it in there. It says he's like...
Are you like forgetting which one of us said that?
I'm the one who called you out because you didn't remember. You didn't know. Because you were wondering why I was doing an accent like that when I was reading.
I don't think so.
That is what happened.
Well, it must have been before that when you were like, oh, I didn't realize he was Jamaican. Because I remember you verbatim saying that.
No, I didn't. Well, I knew he was a Caribbean islander or something like that.
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Oh,
and I was doing that accent. I was like, Tova, how come you aren't trying to do Tova, how come Marcellus is sneaking out and you are not? Wait, what is that?
Well, you're doing
you
Indian.
are not doing anything. My pizza. It's like a Mario accent.
You went from like Indian to like Italian accent or something. All right.
Let me try to do my best
okay, go.
impression.
All right, let's try. Let's do it.
Let's see. It's all the never mind. I'm gonna have to look for a spot. I'm gonna butcher it. All right. Let me read this next tab out.
Okay, what is it?
Let's find out.
Go.
No one in the family knows where Cameron got his smarts, and by family, he means him and Aunt Jean. That's his whole family. He can barely remember his mother's face. He was 9 years old when Aunt Jean picked him up from his mother's apartment after she told him to pack his bag to stay with his aunt for the weekend. Very important part. That's a clue. Mm-hmm. So, right now, you don't really have a spoiler.
No.
But we're about to go forward into some spoilers. So that's a clue. Because the thing about Cameron, he doesn't know who his mom is. really.
How is the book described in the summary in the beginning?
Well, he kind of knows who his mom is. He kind of knows who his mom is, but he doesn't know who his dad is. That's the big key.
He knows who his mom is. It's not kind of, he does. He just has never had a relationship with her.
But he doesn't, he's trying to figure out who was she dating, who did she see, and she was a troublesome kid. And at the time, he's 30 years old, 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot her son's name was Eric.
Bosco, it's all right, buddy. Come here. Come make another appearance. Join. Come here. Jump up. Come make an appearance. What do you got to say?
What do you got to say?
Let's go.
Speak.
No, what? Thanks. Off. So
this was such a
Tova
good book.
has a son who died 30 years ago, mysteriously at sea. Cameron has a father he's never met, and he's 30 years old. These two run into each other. You want to get the third tab?
The third one.
Yeah.
Yes. 1, 2. Which one's the next one? Oh, this one. Okay, so the third tab.
Now we're far. We're on page 120 now.
This is almost to the middle. Okay, it's very late when Tova makes her way to bed. Cat sleeps in a little pile on the bedspread, his flank moving gently up and down. She pulls the covers back carefully so as not to wake him. She smiles to herself. Never would she have imagined sharing her bed with an animal, but she's glad he's here. I don't know why you put that one there. What do you think that one was for?
It's because it's about animals on the bed. And Bosco no longer gets on the bed. I used to sleep with Bosco all the time on the bed, but ever since me and Ervina lived together, ever since me and you moved in together, dogs are no longer allowed on the bed. So I think here, let me see it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want that spot.
It's right there.
Yeah, because she smiles to herself. Never would she have imagined sharing her bed with an animal, but she's glad he's here.
Yeah.
See?
It's cute.
Yeah, we should let Bosco on the
Tova's
bed.
a little animal lover, just like me.
Okay. Zoom over to page 173. I marked this for some reason. Okay. Then, unbelievably, she scrambles to the top of the table, standing at her full height up there. She's almost face level with the octopus. Marcellus, it's me. The octopus shifts slightly out of its corner and peers at her, blinking its creepy eye. Who is this lady? And how did she get in here anyway? This is from the perspective of Cameron.
That's right.
She nods, encouraging. It's okay. She holds out her hand, and to Cameron's shock, the creature extends one of its arms, and winds it around her wrist.
Maybe we should leave the reading to me.
It's okay. I'm going to help you down now. All right. The octopus nods. And then Cameron, wait.
So sweet.
Wait, no, it did not. Did it? He rubs his eye. Are they pumping hallucinogens through the air ducts here? Because he just witnessed Tova and Marcellus being homies.
Yeah.
Why are you done trying to just roast me for everything or what? Everything I do, you're gonna roast me?
I gotta roast you.
All right.
Roast you like a chicken cutlet.
All right.
Or do you want to be the octopus himself that gets roasted? Boom.
Do I want to be the octopus himself that gets roasted? Boom.
Yeah.
How is that even a diss? I don't even understand. What is it? What about the octopus gets roasted? What are you talking about?
Okay.
What are you talking about? You're a vegetarian too. I don't know what you're talking about roasting octopuses and chicken for.
That's why it's funny.
Or you want to be the octopus itself who gets roasted.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because it's like a delicacy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So I hear.
All right.
From my friends in other cultures.
Wow. Very, very good burn, babe.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know what this one's about. Cameron Twit. Okay. Out of the way. Oh, wait. Did you just read this one? Marcellus, it's me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I'm confused. All right. So if we... Oh, this one's a double on one page.
Must be really good.
It's Marcellus's chapter.
Oh.
To be human, for whom bliss can be achieved by mere ignorance. Here in the kingdom of animals, ignorance is dangerous. What was that for?
I mean, that's pretty cool. I think that's cool.
Just like the sentence itself.
Yeah, here in the kingdom of animals, ignorance is dangerous. And really, humans do live in ignorance. It's like We don't even, most people don't even understand where the hell they get their food. It's just something you buy at the grocery store. You know what I mean? We're very ignorant about even what's capable. What can you even grow in the area you live in? Do you even know about what it's like to live outside? Animals are living outside.
That's true.
Their whole purpose is to find food every day. We try to find our own silly purposes to fill our time because we have tons of time because we don't have to worry about food and we have shelter over our head.
Yeah, that's true. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. So I found that very cool when he's like,
Yeah.
oh, like, can you read it one more time?
Yeah, it says, to be human, for whom bliss can be achieved by mere ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. Here in the kingdom of animals, ignorance is dangerous. Which is true. I get that.
Dig it.
Okay, so the second one says, thousands of genes mold an offspring's physical presentation. Oh, here it is. Okay, this is a big one. And many of these pathways are as clear to me as letters are on a page to you. For 1,329 days of my wretched captivity, I've honed my observations. In that particular case of the sporting son and his quarterback cuckold guardian, the list of traits would be too long to name here, but the shape of the nose, the shade of the eyes, the precise position of the earlobe, the inflection of the voice, the gait of...
No, what?
The inflection, not
You
infection.
need me to read.
The inflection of the voice, the gait. The gait. There's always an easy tell. Humans walk alike, or in this case, unalike, far more than they realize. But the former cleaning woman and her replacement, they walk alike.
Ooh, why do you think Cameron and Tova walk alike?
I don't know. True. My nose is so itchy right now. Oh my goodness.
All right, which one did you just do?
The last one.
The very, very last one? I think
There
there was
were
one
two.
more. Oh,
Yeah.
there was just two on the very end.
Yeah. And then you stopped putting the stickers in there. But okay, so I really like this book for a couple of reasons. Because there were multiple points of view. Excuse me, multiple points of view. But also it's just, again, it's so satisfying. Like the last one we talked about is just very satisfying at the end.
Yeah, and how about we just spoil it right here?
Okay.
Let's spoil it right here. Why
I feel bad. I feel bad spoiling it. I don't want to.
Well, people who are listening, you should have paused a while back and read this book and then came back because
Or you'll
Tova
never
and
get it.
Cameron are related.
Yes.
Spoiler. That's the biggest part of this all.
Did we think that in the beginning?
So I thought, oh, man, I
I
don't
don't
even
think
know
we
what I
did.
thought. I was
think
confused. I was like, oh, maybe
it really threw you off a lot, throughout the story, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, maybe Cameron is like the son, or maybe Cameron. I was so confused. You slowly find out that Tova's son had a mysterious relationship with a woman.
Yeah. Yes.
And
because they're related because Cameron is essentially her grandson.
Yeah.
But her son went missing and vanished and died and stuff 30 years ago. Pretty much right before he was born.
So, and Tova is well off. So it's a perfect puzzle piece.
That's true because he's broke. He has nothing going for himself. He's kind of starting to get somewhere because he just met a girl while he's in Sal Bay too and is dating her. Avery, I think was her name. And then, just talks about how he's broke and their lives just genuinely mesh together. And he respects her a lot too. He doesn't really respect any other adults, it seems like, but he's for some reason drawn to Tova, but obviously that's why.
They develop a very grandmother-grandson relationship before they ever even find out.
They do. Yeah.
So
it came very naturally.
Click.
It was a very natural thing that happened.
Yeah. And they can't see it. And Marcella swoops in and helps Tova find out. How does he do that? Do you remember?
The ID, something about his driver's license gets dropped and then he picks it up and puts it in a different spot. Yes, that's it. Because then he makes Tova have to be the one to pick it up and then Tova sees his last name. And his last name is the girl that was hanging out with her son.
Oh, that was the final one? I thought it had to do with the ring.
No.
Because the ring was vital part 2.
The ring was a vital part 2, yeah.
It had...
No. But that was...
Eric's initials on it.
Yeah, it was ELLS or something like that. Yeah, ELLS.
I think it was Eels.
EELS. Yeah, Eels. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was for Eric. And that's when they put it together. And Marcellus brings them together because he realizes, oh, they don't even know they're related. I have to let them know.
Right.
And he cannot spend time out of his tank too long or he's gonna die. He's an old octopus.
Which is actually true though. They can't spend too much time because even in Finding Dory, I think it was like that too. Didn't they?
Yeah, he's getting all
stress it?
pale and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting all cranky.
But Marcellus just says that, we were talking about the last book, the ultimate sacrifice of love, giving your life for helping someone else.
But then they did release him, I think, didn't they? No.
He almost dies.
Oh.
But then we
and then they release him.
We get to one of the final chapters called for Marcellus, and it says, "Day 1 of my freedom."
That's right. That's right. Because they also get a new octopus in, remember, to replace him.
Yep.
And the new octopus is like very shy.
Yeah. And Tova walks off over to the jetty and tosses Marcellus back into the ocean for the end of his life.
Yeah, that's right.
And let's hear the perspective of Marcellus having freedom for the first time since 2000 days about. "At first, I sink like a cold bundle of flesh. My arms are no longer function. I am a chunk of jetsam flung into the sea of cosmatos, journey toward the seafloor." Oh, comatose.
Yeah, I'm like...
Cosmatos. Sorry, guys. "Then, with a twitch, my limbs awaken, and I am alive again. I do not say this to give you a false hope. My death is imminent, but I am not dead yet. I have time enough to bask in the vastness of the sea. A day or two, perhaps, to revel in darkness. Dark, like the bottom of the seafloor. Darkness suits me. After my release, I swam away from the rocks with haste. Soon there was a drop-off, down, 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 into the depths, the bowels of the sea, where no light reaches. Where once, as a juvenile, I found a key. Where I return now, to lie with the long disintegrated bones of a beloved son." AKA Eric. Because 30 years ago, that's crazy. Wait.
I know.
Yeah, so he grew up near Eric's bones?
Pretty much. That's why
Eric
he
did
knows
die at
about
sea.
it.
Yeah.
That's why he knows about it. But it's just still at the end, you don't know really what happened to him. They're just kind of like, you're guessing that maybe he got a little too drunk with his friends and like a freak accident. Yeah. And like he tumbled over and drowned.
Yeah. And he's
Which is so crazy. That's the one piece of satisfaction, like I feel like as a reader you don't get, because you don't get to find out what happened to him truly.
So what was that key? He found the key. What was the key to?
Who?
Marcellus had a key.
Marcellus found a key. I don't remember.
Where once, as a juvenile,
Yeah.
I found a key.
I don't remember.
You gotta yawn straight into the mic like that. You're gonna make everybody listen to this yawn.
Wait, can you hear it?
You yawn straight directly in the mic, like straight into the mic. It's not like you even look to the left or anything.
You're right. Oh my God.
All right,
Sorry.
let me continue. "I will be honest. This is not how I expected our time together to end. For nearly 4 years, I was held captive, and not a day passed when I did not ruminate on my own death, certain I would expire within the 4 glass walls of that tank. I never imagined I would know the freedom of the sea again. How did it feel, you ask? It is comfortable. It is home. I am lucky. I am grateful. But what will become of my replacement? Soon, Terry will begin cleaning and remodeling my tank. He will make no attempt to conceal these activities from the viewing public. The sign he tapes on the glass will read, 'Under construction, new exhibit coming.' I stopped at her barrel on my journey out, climbed up the side to peek at her. She is young and badly injured, terrified, naturally. But this new octopus will have a friend, one that I did not have until the very end. Tova will make sure she is happy, and I would trust Tova with my life. I did trust her with my life more than once, just as I trusted her with my death. Humans, for the most part, you are dull and blundering, but occasionally you can be remarkably bright creatures."
There it is.
What a beautiful little ending for Marcellus.
Yeah, it was.
What was your favorite part about this book, babe?
I don't know. There are so many pieces to it. That's hard. I think my favorite part was just when they connected, honestly, at the end. Because you just want it so bad. You just want it so bad as the reader, like, okay, I want her to know, like, that there is someone beyond her that's still alive, because she thinks there's nobody alive anymore beyond her. Because she was getting ready to, like, give up on her life and go to, like, a nursing home so that she didn't have to take care of her beautiful big house, which her house, by the way, was built by her grandparents, so it had so much charm and family things, and so she let it go. She, you know, sold it so that she could go live in a nursing home, and her little nitwits weren't wanting her to do it. But I think, I don't know, just the stories of how they mesh well together, like we were saying, like how he's broke and how she's like very, you know, loaded, has too much money than she knows what to do with at her age at this point. It just is so satisfying. So satisfying.
This book had so many little charms to it. The love story of Avery and Cameron.
Yes.
That was a fun
that
little
was,
story
yeah.
too.
It's like interspersed.
I like the story with the nitwits. It's just these angles of like, you get these perspectives of elderly life. The nitwits is like the knitting club of old ladies that like to gossip.
They like to gossip.
They love Tova. They don't want her to go, and Tova doesn't really like them.
But they also annoy her.
Yeah,
like she just gets really annoyed by them.
She's an
she only
intellectual.
she only hangs out with him because she feels like she has to.
Yeah.
Otherwise they'll bug her to death.
Yeah, but she kind of does like him as friends.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, she does for sure.
Thinking about what day-to-day life is as a lonely elderly woman, as she goes home, makes the same things, gets a casserole and feels herself putting on weight because she doesn't eat that much normally, as when someone gives her a casserole. It's such little charming stories.
Yeah.
But the fun thing about this book, I feel like, it's such a fun, like, see how all these roads come together.
Yeah.
And you get flashbacks of the past that fill you in on a little information.
That's true, yeah.
Where you think, oh, I think I'm figuring this story out. And it'll throw you off. You might not get it, but
well, because for a while there, we think that Cameron's dad, because he assumes his dad is like this big real estate tycoon. And so the reason why he goes to Sell Bay is because he wants to confront him and basically demand him to like fork over like money to help him in his life or something like that. And he comes to find out, he like meets with this guy, and that guy was actually really good friends with his mom, but it's not his dad. He's like, I'm not your dad, Cameron. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because like as the reader, you're like, oh man, like you thought, I can't remember how it was played off, but I feel like as the reader, you thought that maybe he was going to be his dad. And somehow they were all going to connect a different way. Not necessarily that he was going to be her grandson. So I thought that was really cool.
And there's like almost a murder mystery vibe.
Yeah. Even though we never find out.
You never find out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he wasn't murdered, obviously.
But it has that vibe where you're like, how did he die? How did he die? No one knows.
Yeah. I honestly, something about that town seems so picturesque. Like I want to go to that town.
Who's Tova's love interest? The Scottish guy or
yes, Ethan.
Ethan. He's such a great character. I like him.
Scottish. Yes.
He's fun. Old
Works
man.
at the supermarket. Has the hots for Tova for some reason.
He just tries to help her.
Tova gets so nervous around him. She just like doesn't want anything to do with it.
And she's awkward because it's like her husband died how long ago? Maybe 4 years ago, something like that. It's not that long ago.
Was it a while?
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. Okay.
So it was weird.
Yeah.
But he's a nice guy.
He was.
That's a fun, charming story too.
And then Cameron connects with Ethan too because he stays with him, works at that supermarket.
Everybody connects. Everyone keeps connecting. And maybe,
connects.
I mean, Avery, what she went and talked some lady down from killing herself. And I mean, it kind of makes you think you never know. But I believe it was Cameron's mom.
Yep. It didn't say it like it didn't say it concretely, but the way it's described, it's very much true.
Hints towards maybe it was Cameron's mom.
Yep.
Could have been.
Talked someone down. Yep.
It was a pregnant lady, wasn't it? No. It was a pregnant lady. Imagine she'd be 30 years older than Cameron. Avery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or more.
Yeah, true.
She was a baby talking her down. Like, all right.
Come, don't do this.
You have so much to live for. You gotta change my diaper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But my favorite part about this book is Marcellus.
Yeah. I know you love that piece.
Yeah, I loved those little, like that last page right there. Like the way he talks is so fun. And the way he critiques humans, I love it. It's so fun. That's what makes, if it wasn't for Marcellus, I'd have different feelings about this book, but I feel like that was a creative throw-in for the author. Like, good job, Shelby.
Yeah. Good job, Shelby. Good job, Van Pelt.
Yeah, Mrs. Van Pelt.
Remarkably white creatures.
Did good. Nice little twist on that. That was awesome. And it's a very charming story.
And we read this book when we were on vacation and we were on the flight. And remember on the flight, I would read one chapter and then I'll give it to you and then you read that chapter. And we would just go back and forth to make sure we were always even.
Yeah, we wouldn't read it to each other. We'd take turns reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, all right, your turn, catch up. All right, my turn. Yeah. And we just go back and forth. Yeah. That was fun. And
did we finish on that trip or after?
I don't remember.
Did we finish on the plane back? I don't remember either.
I don't know.
I don't remember either. But we did read this like on the beach and stuff like that. It was a good book.
We could see on Goodreads when we finished.
True.
Well, that's it, ladies and gents. Remarkably Bright Creatures. I give it a rating of... For me, my rating is 3 is an average book. 4 is above average. It was a good book. And 5 is I'm going to reread this book again for sure. Like, this is a good book. Amazing book. 2, below average. 1, fuck this book.
Obviously. 1 is like, I didn't even finish it.
So 3 is kind of my benchmark for neutrality.
Okay.
Average.
So, well, no shit.
I'm going to give this one it's a 4.
4?
It's a 4. I don't see myself going back to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I can't remember what I rated it on Goodreads. I might have given it a 4. I might have given it a 5.
But I do
In general, I really loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. I do not regret reading it, and I think it was very pleasant. It was a pleasant journey to go on.
Yeah, it was light. It was like a lighter read. Like there wasn't anything like gruesome or like any like crazy themes. I don't think to this book. I think it was just one of those lighter reads.
Yeah.
For like a little bit of a deeper meaning between animal and human and the connection between us all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
I got an itch.
Okay. Well, Remarkably Bright Creatures. Go read it.
Use the code.
Use code Ervina likes reading books 10 for 10% off.
Yeah.
We got Sea of Tranquility next.
Yeah.
When we finish that, do we want to do one on
excited.
Hunger Games? I mean, I've read Hunger Games. You're about to finish.
I'm about
Hunger
to finish
Games.
it. I think we should.
Maybe we just do it.
I want to do it because it'll be fresh for me. So.
Okay, let's do it.
And you've read it freaking a million times by now. How many times have you even read that book?
I've listened to it. The audiobook for Hunger Games. Oh my gosh, it is so amazing because the voice actress, what is her name?
It's not Jennifer Lawrence, no, right?
Hell no, it's not Jennifer Lawrence. Let
What
me
are you, a
look up her
hater?
name.
Why are you a Jennifer Lawrence hater? Well, like she couldn't be good at it?
Maybe she wouldn't be a good reader of books, but she's
Maybe
a good
not.
actress.
It's not the writer of the book, is it?
No.
It's a totally different narrator.
Yes, it's
See, yeah, I can't listen to audiobooks for fiction. It's just very difficult for me.
So it's read by Tatiana Maslany. Tatiana Maslany, and she does a phenomenal job. Like you feel like she's literally feeling these feelings.
The song in the book, how does she sing it? Let's hear.
Deep in the meadow, under the willow.
How did I sing it?
Deep in the meadow, under the willow. It's like Rude dying, and Ervina was reading this loud out last night, and sounded like it was like a happy, joyous, like merry-go-round song for Rude to die to.
I know, I did not get the vibe.
Yeah, a bed of grass, a soft green pillow.
It's like pop.
Yeah, I wanted to start clapping along, and it was like, it
was like folky, but it's meant to be like a depressing song. Like,
well, not depressing.
But
it was
like
a depressing
sad,
moment,
like,
but it's a hopeful song for the mountains that they call mountain air.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm at the part in the book right now where
lay down your head and close your sleepy
I'm at the part of the
eyes.
book right now where Rue just died, and now that's right, Rue died, and now she is like claiming ill will to the Capitol. This is the first
she
time
finally has.
This is the first time she has some hatred. And she has like a burning passion regarding the Capitol. Oh, actually, the chapter ended with them announcing that if 2 tributes are alive from the same
district,
thank you, then they can win.
they can be both victors.
There can be 2 winners. Yeah.
And I'd say she has more of the first time in her life she has stopped thinking about survival and started thinking as, who are you to do this? And she wants to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm more than just a piece in your games. Like PETA said. Hunger Games is great. Read it and follow along with us.
Read it
next
and
time when we get on our
What is our
Hunger
segment
Games.
called? What is our segment called?
book reviews by
Booker?
No,
Booker?
Booker. What did we have? Some ideas we wrote in our Excel sheet. We had some ideas for a book review channel we wanted to potentially do.
Yeah.
Because we like to read books
We
together.
do. Yes.
Remember
the first book we ever read together? The book that you forced me to read?
The Enemy. It's a very young teen book.
Yeah.
About kids that
it's
don't
like
turn into
juvenile.
zombies. But it is fun. I enjoyed it, and if you're like,
I didn't enjoy it.
If you like zombies and you like kind of like if you like Hunger Games, maybe it's not as deep of a book, but it is a fun book.
It's about the adventure more so. I think
it's like all the adults in the world got turned, all the adults in the world got turned into zombies, and the kids.
Is it the adults? Yeah. All the adults only? And is it when you turn 18 you turn into it too, or is it like only if you have a certain thing? I can't remember.
Well, it's so new when that starts that they don't know if the
How
kids
far did you go
turn.
into that series?
I think to book 3. It's cool. It's a cool series, and it's just if you like zombies. No, there's a lot.
Oh, okay.
If you like zombies, you fucking because in book 3 there, I think it's book 3 where there's a adult who's not changed. But he's kind of like a fucking crazy motherfucker.
So it's kind of like Ellie. It's kind of like Ellie in The Last of Us.
Yeah, and Ellie's great.
So, yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, I think that's everything.
Oh, snap.
Bye, everybody. The end.
The end. Da 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 da.